Yeah, there's a couple more veins that was going in. I forget what they were now.
I was went down the mental burnout thing. I was talking about kids that skip. They'll like
Yep.
miss tryouts and stuff. You got anything to add
Oh,
on that?
so what I was going to say to that is, really funny. I studied a lot of Charles Poliquin, and that's so Charles Poliquin was considered one of the best. A lot of it was self-proclaimed, but a lot of people would agree that he was maybe the best strength trainer in the world, at least for a period of time. We had countless amounts or countless numbers of Olympic gold medalists and pro athletes from every different field. Really, really bright guy. You know who he is. And so he was the one that when Gary Roberts, we referenced Gary Roberts a couple of times.
Yeah. Yeah, it was when he wanted to come back. Or
Yeah,
something.
when he was making a comeback, it wasn't that he was making a comeback. I don't think. I think it was more along the lines he was rehabbing, and he got to Gary Roberts or to Charles Poliquin, and Poliquin said, "I think it's going to take this much time. I can get you to play." And he learned the fitness.
Yeah,
and now he's taken that plus others and the nutrition and all that stuff and made it his own, which is awesome. But my point was, and if you read a lot of like I'm not talking for a recreational person, but it's still like a bodybuilder, not a bodybuilder, but someone that wants to get in shape. You don't need as much time as you think. You agree, right? So when you're out there as a player, and I'm guilty of that even today. At 55 years old, when I choose to say, okay, I got to dial it in a little bit. I got over a shoulder injury. Blah blah, blah. I'm gonna dial it in. I always go to the more is better for working out. But there's only, like, if you look at working out, there's only so much you can burn working out, right? So let's say you have a really good workout where it's a 400 to 600. That's a good workout, 400 to 600 calorie burn with weightlifting and stuff. Like, your body is taxed. Depending on the workout, you can do more or less, but your body is taxed. So doing more will give you another 100 calories or 50 calories, 200 calories here and there to burn, where if you just dialed down your eating, you wouldn't have to work out as hard, and the calorie deficits and all that stuff, it's easier to do it that way. Anyways, my point is that what we tend to do is look at what can I do more of. And you know what? I look at my son sometimes and I go, I think not, I don't say it to him, but I do give him the odd thing, like, do you think there's something else you could do today? And then I have to sit back and go, but you did it today. Do you know what I mean? So when you're doing the workouts, if you're, or the ice or whatever, and you're doing, and what parents expect is like sometimes 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. It's like, it's too much. So that's why you're going to miss this. You're going to miss it. You're freaking gassed and you cannot perform properly. If you give me in the gym, or I'm not saying me, I'm just saying in general, I'd rather see someone give me 1 hour of focused, hard, I don't even want to say hard, it's not the right word, but the right proper intensity for intentional, like for the 1 hour, I'll take that because you're going to get quality work. Yeah. And I'll say the same thing on the ice. Give me 1 hour. I don't need 2.5. I don't need 10 times a week. I just need a consistent 1 hour, 4 or 5 times a week of working out or on the ice, and then leave it and go live your life. Go play some catch, go play pickleball, go play some golf, or whatever it is that you want to do. You're going to get better results because your brain can just turn it off. And that's the one thing, sorry, I'm going here, but that's the one thing that I gave credit to my son for, is because I'm looking at his life as in a different vantage point, and I've seen mistakes that I've made and other people made, and I'm like, dial in, dial in, dial in. But the beautiful thing with him, and hopefully for a lot of guys, is when he knows that there's a time to shut it off, like at the end of the season, it's like, don't talk to me about hockey. Don't talk to me about exercise, eating, anything like that. I know I got to go for a walk and move a little bit for a week or two, but I'm off right now. My brain is off, and it's very, very healthy. My brain is off. My body's not thinking hockey. I'm recovering. And then I have a date where I start again, and then I'm back on. And when I'm on, I'm on. And then within that on time, you work your ass off for the time that you're supposed to work. You take your water intake and your proper nutrition for the most part, most of the time, and you're dialed in, but it's not like so intense. You just eat right and all that stuff. And then you're allowed to have fun. But you're still like baby dialed in, but now you have these mini breaks within the day where it's like it doesn't have to be, because now your brain can relax a little bit.
And in a sense, that's funny because in a sense, that's also being dialed in. Like I was talking to my Christine about it the other night of like having the discipline to stop working.
Yeah, you were telling me that the
You
other
know,
day.
like
Yeah.
go to bed, dude. Like stop. Where you could think, well, I'm hustling. Like I got to get my work done. I could do more. I could. It's like, yeah, but stopping is actually more. Like stopping is actually better because then you're better the next time, and then you're better the next time. And so even with these little spurts of I'm not dialed in is part of the planning.
100%.
Like one of my an analogy I was just thinking of while you were talking was how most people have some kind of a inclination or they're they desire to like go on vacation at some point or like some kind of break at some
Something
point,
different, eh?
right? Where at some point during the year you feel like I just want to like a couple days or I just want a week where I can whatever. Like this is why it's built into our society that you have to give people vacation time or you have to give them whatever because people want the reset, like they want the break, they want something where it's like I can leave and come back with a fresh perspective. So even for me, like as much as I was bitching about going on vacation when I went a few weeks ago, the way that I've said it to you is like it's a pain in the ass to go, it's a pain in the ass when I come back, but when I'm there it's awesome. And I'm grateful that I do that because even just coming back from this one, it gave me this fresh look about that reset where it's like, okay, I'm stopping at this time so that I'm better the next day. And like that stuff is part of the planning, and this is for some reason when it comes to, athletics or sport performance, it kind of goes out the window with the way people talk about it sometimes, but it needs to be part of the plan. And that doesn't mean that you're you're lazy and always looking for breaks because that's the flip side where it's like that can the rule what do I say about workouts, it's like if you can miss a day if you never miss a day. That's kind of my thing in the gym, right? If you never miss, I don't care if you miss one. But if you're missing all the time, now it's bugging me. If you always need a break, now it's no good, right? So there's a balance there, obviously. But that's an important perspective to keep in mind, man. Like, because people generally with your job, you want a vacation, like you want a break, and there's a reason for it. It's like psychologically, you need to have that some of that decompression time. I was listening to a little while back. Jeff Bezos was talking about like his his just mindset stuff in general, whatever, on a podcast, and he was saying that he has periods where he just likes to have unstructured mind wandering time. So he's like, in the morning, I like going for walks, and I just let my brain do whatever. He's like, I'm not trying to like meditate. I'm not trying to clear my head. I let it
Well,
just
meditating
spin.
takes focus.
Right.
So just
Exactly. So
walk
he's like,
and
I just want to let it spin. He's like, just let it spin out and see where it goes. Let my brain get distracted. Let my brain do whatever it wants to do and just see where it ends up. And he's like, I found that to be super helpful with how it lets, when I get back to the table and it's time to work, maybe I have a new idea. Maybe I have a fresh perspective. Maybe I have whatever. So all these little elements are part of it, and you can say that, oh, I'm taking this time to be distracted, or this is a cheat meal, or this is a whatever. It's like, no, it's actually just part of it. If it is part of it, if it's not, you're just being an ass and pretending like you have a plan when you don't. But assuming you have some kind of intentional plan, that all that can be built into the structure of it. You know what I mean? So